Hello friends, today we learn about ratio and proportion. First, what is ratio? Ratio is used for comparing two quantities of the same kind. Here, I took two line segments. One is L, the other is M. So, we are comparing these two lines. Means L is to M. We are writing L is to M. So, this is 2 centimeters, this is 5 centimeters means 2 is to 5. This is ratio. If we compare these two, we are writing in the form of ratio. L is to M can be written as L upon M, where M not equal to 0. When two or more ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. If only two things we are comparing, we are getting the ratio. When two or more ratios are equal, they are in proportion. Here, A is to B as C is to D. That implies A is to B we can write as A upon B. C is to D we can write as C upon D. That implies AD equal to BC. One example we see. 2 is to 4 as 8 is to 16. So if we simplify this ratio, we get 1 is to 2. If we simplify this ratio, we get 1 is to 2. Both are equal. So they are in proportion. Next, one more example. If A is to B equal to 2 is to 3, then what will we get? Means A is to B equal to 2 is to 3 means A equal to 2, B equal to 3, or A equal to 2x, B equal to 3x. Depends on the question, we will take the values. One more example. A is to B equal to 2 by 5 is to 3 by 10. Here these are integers, here these are fractions. Ratio we always write in the form of integers. Anytime we see the fractions like this, first we convert the fractions into integer form. How? By taking LCM. Now what is the LCM of 5 and 10? 10. So this is 5 2 times, so 2 2s are 4. So here 10 one time, 1 3s are 3. We got 4 is to 3. So A is to B is 4 is to 3. We cancel the denominator. Why are we cancelling? Means just I'll give the explanation. See, 4 is to 3 by 10 means 4 by 10 is to 3 by 10. We know A is to B means A upon B. A is to B we can write as A upon B. So 4 by 10 upon 3 by 10. So both the denominators will be cancelled. So we get 4 by 3 means 4 is to 3. Because of this reason, just what are we doing? After getting the ratio, we cancel the denominator. So we will take the right ratio. Okay. So in this way, we will convert the fractions into integer form. Then we get the ratio. This is one model. How many? This is first. Are they equal or not? We'll check. This one type. Here, sometimes A is to B is 2 is to 3 means what are the values? So sometimes they are giving A is to B equal to some fractional form. Then we convert the fractional form into integer form. Next, just we are recollecting all the basics. Next, types of ratios. One type is duplicate ratio of A is to B. Dupe means square. Duplicate ratio of A is to B means we are taking just by squaring. A square is to B square. Next, subduplicate ratio of A is to B is, this is square root of A is to square root of B. Triplicate ratio of A is to B means cubing. A cube is to B cube. Sub triplicate ratio of A is to B is cubed root we are taking. Cubed root of A is to cubed root of B. Now, inverse ratio of 3 is to 2 is to 1. 3 is to 2 is to 1 means first we will take the numbers like this. 1 by 3 is to 1 by 2 is to 1 by 1. First we write the given ratio form, we convert into this form. Afterwards, by taking the LCM, we take the ratio. LCM is 6. Then 3 2 times. So 2, 2 3 times. 3 ones are 3. 1 6 times. 1 into 6 is 6. 2 is to 3 is to 6. Then we cancel the denominator. And no need to do the whole thing also. Inverse ratio we can find like this also. This is a trick. See, this is a trick. See, you want to write the first term in the inverse ratio. Just forget about the first term. Take the remaining two terms product. 2 ones are 2. Write down the first term. You want to write the second term means forget about the second term. Take the other two terms product. 3. Next, you want to write the third term means forget about the third term. Take the first two terms product. You get 6. So this is what? 2 is to 3 is to 6. This is what? Inverse ratio of the given ratio. So this is a trick. No need to do the whole calculation. By doing the simple trick, by taking the help of this trick, you will get the inverse ratio. Now, compound ratio of A is to B, C is to D, E is to F is, so how many? This is the sixth one. How many types are there? Now 5 types we have seen. This is the sixth one. Compound ratio of A is to B, C is to D, E is to F is product of all the first terms. Product of all the first term divided by product of all the second terms. Means A is to C is to E by B is to D is to F. This is the compound ratio of given ratios. So we see some examples. What is duplicate ratio of 3 is to 4? Is 3 square is to 4 square, that is 9 is to 16. Subduplicate ratio of 4 is to 9 is square root we are taking. Square root of 4 is to square root of 9, that is 2 is to 3. Subtriplicate ratio of 27 is to 64 is cubed root of 27 is to cubed root of 64. Then we get 3 is to 4. Triplicate ratio of 2 is to 3 is 2 cube is to 3 cube, that is 8 is to 27. 8 is to 27. Now, one more example. Inverse ratio of 2 is to 3 is to 4 is, just now we use the trick. No need to do the whole calculation. We see the trick. So to get the first term of inverse ratio, forget about the first term and take the product of 2. These two. 3 4s are 12. So 3 4s are 12 here. So take the second term, forget about the middle one and take the product of other two. 2 4s are 8. 8 we got. So you want to take the third term is forget about the third term and take the product of the remaining two. 2 3s are 6. 6. So afterwards we do the simplification. So any common factors are there, then we cancel it. So 12 8 6 means all the three are multiples of 2. So we cancel with 2. So 2 6s are, 2 4s are, 2 3s are. So inverse ratio of 2 is to 3 is to 4 is what? 6 is to 4 is to 3 is the inverse ratio. Now compound ratio of 2 is to 3, 9 is to 4, 2 is to 5 is, so we take the product of all the firsts. So 2 into 9 into 2 divided by product of all the second terms. 3 into 4 into 5. So any cancellations are there, we do the cancellations. 2 and 2, 4. So this 4 and this 4 gets cancelled. This 3 times. So we get 3 by 5 means 3 is to 5. 3 is to 5. This is the ratio. Now some formula also we will see. When A, B, C, D are in proportion, when A, B, C, D are in proportion, what is the fourth proportion? To find the fourth proportion, D equal to BC by A. Means A, B, C, D are in proportion means A is to B as C is to D. So we know product of means equal to product of extremes. Product of means equal to product of extremes. So what is the fourth proportion? D equal to BC by A. Next, when A is to B as B is to C, third proportion is here A, B, C, D are given for fourth proportion. Here A, B, C are given. So A is to B as B is to C, third proportion is C equal to B square by A. B square by A. When A is to B as B is to C, mean proportion equal to B square equal to AC. B square equal to AC. That means B equal to root of AC. Root of AC. These are some formulae. All are basics. First we learn the basics. Next one by one we take the problems. Now depending on the formula we see some examples. The fourth proportion of 2, 12 and 3 is. Fourth proportion of 2, 12 and 3 is. So these are the options given. These are the options given. Just now I said fourth proportion means what? D equal to BC by A. D equal to BC by A. If we are thinking this is A, B, C, what is B? B, C by A. 2 6 are 3 6 3s are 18. What is the option? 18 is the right answer. Now see the next problem. The third proportion to 8 and 2 is. Here they are asking third proportion. Third proportion means these are the answers given. So you should choose the right answer. You should choose the right answer. So third proportion means what is the formula? C equal to B square by A. So if we are thinking this is A, this is B, what is the third proportion? B square by A. B square 2 into 2 by A. That is this. So 4 2s are means 1 by 2. That is 0.5. So what is the answer? This is the answer. Is the answer. One more thing. The mean proportion between 64 and 81. What is the mean proportion? These are the distractors. You should choose the right one. So what is the mean proportion means? If this is thinking one value, this is another value. Just now we said mean proportion means I said what? What is the formula? B square equal to AC. Means B equal to root of AC. Root of AC means root of 64 into 81. So that means 64 square root is 8. 81 square root is 9. This is 72. This is the answer. This is the answer. Now we will see some problems depending on the ratios. If A is to B equal to 3 is to 2 and B is to C equal to 4 is to 5, then find A is to B is to C. Find A is to B is to C. So we have a simple technique. See, first we write A B, C. First we write A, B, C. A is to B is what? 3 is to 2. B is to C is what? 4 is to 5. This is first ratio. This is second ratio. So this is the gap. This gap, what we write means just the beside number we will write. This gap, what we write means thus just the right side number, beside number we will write. Okay. Now what will we do means we do multiplication. What are we doing now? Multiplication. So 5 2s are 10. 4 2s are 8. 4 3s are 12. Okay. So here any cancellations are there? Now we'll check. Any cancellations are there? We will check. So yes, these are all the multiples of 2. So 2 6s are, 2 4s are, 2 5s are. Okay, this is the answer. So what is the answer? A is to B is to C is 6 is to 4 is to 5. One more problem we'll see. If A is to B is 3 is to 4 and B is to C equal to 5 is to 7, then find A is to B is to C. Again we write A is to B is to C. Okay. A is to B is what? 3 is to 4. B is to C is what? 5 is to 7. Here we have a gap. So we write the beside number 4 here. Here also a gap is there. So here also we write the beside number. This number here we write. So afterwards what will you do? We are doing multiplication. Now see what are we doing? 4 7s are 28. 4 5s are 20. 3 5s are 15. Okay. Any cancellations are there? No. Because common factors we don't have. Common factors we don't have. Now what is the ratio? 15 is to 20 is to 28. Okay. Now one more example we see. If A is to B equal to 2 is to 3 and B is to C equal to 3 is to 4 and C is to D is equal to 4 is to 5, find A is to B is to C is to D. The same technique here also we follow. A is to B is to C is to D. Okay. Now first ratio is A is to B is 2 is to 3. A is to B is 2 is to 3 here. B is to C is next step 3 is to 4. And C is to D is 4 is to 5 here. So here one gap is there, here also one gap is there. Just write the beside number 3 3. Here one gap is there. We write the beside number 4. Here we have some gap. So we write the beside this number. Beside number. Here also two gaps are there. We write the beside number 4 here. Now what will we do? We do the multiplication. We do the multiplication. One trick here I am showing. Without simplifying, no need to simplify later. Now itself we can simplify. So what is that? Anyway we are taking the product now. This is 2 is to 3 is to 4. 2 into 3 is into 4. So we are writing like this. 2 into 3 into 4. Here 3 into 3 into 4. Here 3 into 4 into 4. Here 3 into 4 into 5. Okay. Is 2. So what are the common factors? Those we will cancel. 4 is in all the terms. So 4 we cancel. 3 is also in all the terms. So in all the 4 parts. So the remaining is 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 5. This is your answer. This is your answer. Okay. What is A is to B is to C is to D? 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 5. Okay. So today we'll learn this. Tomorrow we'll continue. In the next class we'll continue.